Alright, so we on the topic of, well, right now we're doing random topics. Alright,
Maybe that's gonna start with this one here, right?
alright, we're starting here.
Right. So once again, another introduction, giving all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Barakah.
double honors to the elders, the apostles, and great men, so surely do well. Salutation to Yakin that push this without the insincerity and truth. Right, these are some of the brothers from Gms Trinidad, as the brothers saying up over on the live stream, because the two cameras we're using. This is Brother Lamar.
Brother Yatazak.
Brother Howard.
Brother Kwam.
Right, so yeah, we are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, according to history. Right, we are not the black Hebrew Israelites, we are not affiliated with any black identity extremist groups. Alright, we here are, 2018, right? The year of prophecy, and true, as the apostle Tahasili said, we, the men of great millstone, believe sincerely that we are the true prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai, have that 100% truth. So we just say on various topics, right? We don't have nothing, basically written down. We go through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So anybody have precept?
Yeah, this is no, wrong scripture. Yes, now 1 second. Give me a moment.
Read. This is Isaiah 34:1. It says, "Come near ye nations, to hear and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies."
Right. Why the indignation of the Most High Yahweh is upon all the earth or upon all the nations is because why? Somebody give me Revelation 18, right? Because all the nations of the earth have drunken of that wine that Babylon, which is America, have basically spewed. Alright? And because of this, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, the son of the living power Yahweh, will now come back in the fierceness and the wrath of his father, Yahweh. Alright? And guess what? Yahweh Shai will now come back in them chariots of flaming in fire.
That's
going
right.
back into 2nd Ezra 13. Alright?
By the Revelation, is it?
18 and 3.
This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of a fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with earth, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies."
Yeah, right? Fornication, which is right, that spiritual adultery, because guess what? All these nations follow after the customs of the so-called white man, picking up their democracy, their teaching, their philosophies. Right? The scripture in Colossians 2:28 said we don't let anybody spoil you with the philosophies and the rudiments of the world. Right? Now the thing is with America teach that everybody's supposed to be one, and that you could do what you want, that Alistair Crowley doctrine. So all these other nations actually worship idols. You understand? And they into this oneness and this everything. Right? But the Most High ain't down for that. So the Most High say, hey, guess what? That he angry with these nations. Right? There's only one power that all nations supposed to worship. And that's Yahweh. Alright?
I'm happy, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 3. "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him."
Right, so this goes back to the prophecy of Yahweh Shai when he come back. Right, somebody Revelation 1 and 7. Right, when Yahweh Shai come back on clouds, right, or the chariots of fire, which the world call the UFOs or spaceships, right? So that right? But we know what it is. The chariots are the Most High, right? The angels are the ones that drive these vehicles, not aliens or little green men or the greys. Alright, not predators, not so-called aliens, but the angels are the Most High.
That's right.
Alright, that the Revelation.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7.
Give me Isaiah 64.
It says, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Right? Now, what is the clouds? Right? Back in the ancient days, the Israelites were delivered. They came out of Israel and a cloud covered them. There was a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Right? Now, they would not know to call it spaceship or those kind of things. They call it they would have called it whirlwind. They would have called it a cloud. They call it a chariot of fire. Alright? So that is what they would have called it. They would know these scientific names that the so-called white man placed upon them, or UFOs.
That's right.
Alright? They call it the clouds are the moon side. Right? Well,
it says, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right, and every eye shall see him. So that means he's coming from above. Not like what these madmen from GOCC say that he coming up out of the sea. Alright? Just as the brother was saying earlier, is just the element. Shemayim goes back to which pertain to the waters. Alright? Well,
every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail.
Right, all the nations of the earth shall wail. Alright, because the Most High coming back to do that judgment. Yahushua coming back to do that judgment. Alright.
This is Isaiah chapter 64 and 1. It says, Oh, that thou wouldest rend the heavens.
Right. Oh, that thou wouldest rend the heavens. Meaning what? Coming from the clouds, coming from the sky, you will not tear it. Scripture say he maketh the heavens like a curtain. Alright, so you will not tear it and you will not burst through. Right, like what is shown on Independence Day when the child came through, it like when it comes through the atmosphere, like it burst through. Right, you see that fire and everything, so it burst through coming down. Alright, go ahead.
Right, it says that thou wouldest come down, that the mountains might flow. And the mountains might flow down at thy presence.
Right. The mountain might flow down at thy presence. Well, going back to the elites, the rulers of the world, right? Their heart will not melt for sorrow when they see this come. Alright? That is what will not happen in time. Right? And why you had any second is just that the I don't know who said it, which is
was 3. Continue.
From verse 2.
Alright, second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned, right, when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Yeah, right. The heart failed, so they melt. Right, the people who hear the mountains, right? Mountains also goes back to rulership. Alright, it doesn't literally mean that the mountains itself will not melt, even though when the ICBM nuclear missiles we shot off some of these mountains, they mightn't find again because of the power of the nuclear missiles. Alright, and the power of the moon side. Alright? That's something.
Read up on the Lord,
yeah, okay. Yeah, you got something else? Yeah, I'm going to go back into the second stress. Alright, good. Alright, but yo, go back into the second stress.
Continue.
Yeah, okay.
Verse 4, and it says, And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth feeleth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain.
Right, so what's going on here now in the whole aspect of this storyline here, when Yahushua come back, alright, these nations of the earth, this is when I'm going in World War III. right? The nations of the earth will not be fighting against each other until when Yahushai, the son of the Most High, come back. This is why they always push alien movies, where now they'll deceive people thinking that guess what, that alright, we'll be fighting against each other, but when the Son of Man come back, here what, we're gonna have to unite with each other to fight against the Son of the Living Power.
That's
Alright? So it says that the fire that come out of his mouth is when they let forth the laser beams, right, out of the chariots, right? It gonna make us up. They showed it and in this movie here again, right? Just let me just look at this up here, right? And Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, and I'll start at verse 19. It says, "He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for his sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad and from the clouds," right? So here they call it clouds, and inside that this precept they call it what? A mountain, right? "As from a well-drawn bow shall they fly to the mark, and hailstone full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the floods shall cruelly drown them." Alright? "Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away." Right? So that is when the nuclear blast, right? I always bring Independence Day Part 1 as an example. When the laser beam hit, you hear that noise with the sparks and everything, which will charge the laser beam. When it let out that song, or the laser beam will make a song, and it will cause a blast similar to a nuclear missile, right? And ashes, everything, the debris will just scatter away everything, right? "Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty." Alright, and this was going to happen when the so-called white man with his deceivableness caused all the nations to come together to fight against Yahushua Mashiach. Alright?
This is Zechariah chapter 5 and 1, starting from 1. It says, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold a flying gold. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying gold. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits.
Right, so some chariots are different shapes. It has some like a disc, it has a wheel within a wheel, it has some like a cigarette shape. It even go back, because if you look it up, it has some way even shaped like pyramids. Alright? Or triangles, whoever so you may want to call it. Right? But they have different shapes. I mean, the most size have got a diversity. Alright? They have different apples, whatever the case. So not all the chariots can be the same shape. Right? Well,
verse 3 says, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right, the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth, because guess what? This is what when I'm punish the wicked, that all that do wickedly. Alright? It's a curse for the wicked, but a blessing unto the hopeful elect, because this is our means of of salvation, our means of transport. Alright? Yeah, kind of as the rightfully said, our deliverance. So for those who practice in righteousness, is not a curse to them, but it's a curse to the so-called white man, because he's swearing falsely, he's breaking all the law, statutes, and commandments. He's the one when I was trying the mark of the beast, right? He is the Antichrist, the so-called white man. He's adverse to everything that is righteous. He is the adversary. He's the physical manifestation of the spiritual being Satan. Alright? Or what we call Satan. Alright? Yeah, this still?
Yeah, ready?
Alright, good.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah. It says, the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it.
right? That everyone that's stealing, right? Like for this kidnapping, because in the sense of where we know was dwelling on the western coast of Africa, because we fled from them in the Roman persecution in 78. All right,
They had steal us from where we are from Israel
come,
and bring us on these ends.
come.
Right? So you see they that steal and also they that swear, that's speaking about the so-called white man. Because the white man has do when they go in the court system, they just say swear on the Bible.
Come.
You know?
Come. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Alright?
Can. Yeah, can he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. Right? And the so-called white man led us into captivity. Right? It's evident. They led us into captivity and they killed our foreparents. They fed our children to a crocodile. You know? He that killed with a sword must be killed with a sword.
That's right.
It's just even, it's fair. You know, in the eyesight of the Most High. That is judgment, fair judgment.
Come.
Indignation.
So the scripture basically talk about especially touching an Israelite, right? Because the scriptures say after the glory of the Most High, let me read Zechariah 2:7 more question. Okay, 2:7. Right? After the glory hath he sent me amongst the nations, for he that spoiled you swallowed the apple of his eye, touched the apple of his eye.
Zechariah.
Yeah.
Zechariah chapter 8.
Okay.
That way, what we were Zechariah 2 and 7.
Start at 7.
We were Zechariah chapter 2 and 7.
Yeah.
Alright. This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7. Alright, consider. It says, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughters of Babylon.
Right, deliver thyself, O Zion. Zion goes back to the Hebrew Israelites, which we are, right? And the daughter of Babylon, if you could get that from the Psalms 1 to the who is it? Can, right? The daughter of Babylon is the Edomites. Why are they considered why are the so-called white man considered the daughter of Babylon? Because they take after the customs of the ancient Babylonians. The scripture said, so is the mother, so is the daughter. Alright? So guess what? And even if you go back into it, Esau had 2 Canaanite women. Alright? They are Hamitic. Right? Even though there's a different branch, because the Babylonians actually goes back to the Cushites, right? Which is also children of Ham. Right? But if you know go into, you understand what I'm saying, right? They take after the customs of the ancient Babylonians, all right? So they are considered the daughter of Babylon. They're in confusion. They serve every false god underneath heaven. That's confusion.
Yeah. This is Psalm 137 and 7. What's that 5? It says, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom,
Go ahead.
in the days of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right, and that raise it don't mean to build. That raise it goes back to erase, means to destroy it. Right? The so-called white man does not like you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. Even if, guess what? Even if a so-called white man treating you good right about now, hey, and let me say he probably a little lower than the elites. The reason why he treating you good is because he's still above you. But from the time you making it above him, you will not see how quick the stab will be back.
Hey, the scripture said that the seek to please the poor.
Okay.
It's like, throw a little dog biscuit for a dog, you know what I mean? Good boy.
Can the poor man desire to take the scrums off that the rich man's table. Alright, so that's the thing with the so-called white man. Alright? He does not love you people. From the time if he get the opportunity, he will murder you. Like what he did Abel. Because he is Cain in reincarnation. Alright, go ahead.
Sounds?
Yeah.
It says, verse 8. It says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
Daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Right? The brother brought out the precept earlier in Isaiah 34. Right? When you're going down, it says, unto Idumea, his sword shall be bathed in Idumea. Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. Right? The people of his curse forever. They are to be destroyed. So that can I say something?
Yeah, if I consider this too, Esau had to be destroyed because when you look at the abomination Esau has been doing, you understand? Like as the brother was showing us a video, well, what you call it when he having sex with the man? What is
buck breaking.
Buck breaking, you understand?
Or butt busting.
Or butt busting. You understand? Explain to them what the Edomites was doing so they could have a little information about it.
I can. Well, in that video, right, it's also history. What they would do, like they'll take a strong black man, so they will basically stop the uprising of the so-called Negroes from taking over the what you call it, Babakasha Sala, man.
Yeah, because the so-called white man, he will have sex.
That sounds just
excuse
Babakasha.
He will actually have sex with the man, right? In open public. There was none of that. You understand? In open public. And guess what? That man, his family might have been there too. You understand?
Like basically to break down the man's stature and
Spirit.
his spirit, because a strong man will do that too. A mighty man. And but they used to just in front of your family, in front of your children, in front of your wife. They used to have sex with them right in front of you.
So that the younger men will take note and the mothers go keep them in check. So they're going to be under we have no uprising against the devil.
Like that's to show how vile, how sick Esau is like.
Yeah. Because the Messiah, he also say ye of your father, the devil. He was a murderer from the beginning. And who was in murderer from the beginning? Cain. Cain killed his brother Abel, and the Lord put a mark upon him, which is leprosy. Alright, that's why he does look white, but he's not white, he's really red.
It's all type of ways you can fucking break down a man mentally. Right? You go on a fucking.
That come out.
You go on the fucking man that's still, like this Esau this disgusting. Like that's disgusting. Plain out. That's disgusting.
Yeah. So as the brother was saying, they need to be destroyed. You understand? They are pushing the influence upon the youth. You understand? With this whole homosexual and having sex with animals and children. You understand? And poisoning everything.
God.
Every single thing. Esau might not some. So as the brother break down the scripture showing you the wickedness of this place. You understand? Really and truly. This man, he is the devil and he deceiving you people. Alright? He deceiving you with idolatry, to making you worship stones and all and sticks and all sort of false
And spaghetti.
You understand?
The spaghetti monster, you can imagine that. Man, you understand? So it says, it says, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Right, that is the Edomite. So we over the Zechariah and I will read this precept.
Right, this is Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 7. Right, to 8. It says, Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughters of Babylon.
You save yourself. That well with the daughter of Babylon, the corrupt your mind. The scripture said we call it unnoticed, we prove righteous. That's why the Most High take us out quickly. Right? They'll speak about Yahushua in Yahushua, but also unto the from leg well.
Alright. Verse 8 it says, For thus saith Yahweh of hosts of armies, after the glory had he sent me unto the nation which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
Right, so this goes back to the Edomites and going back to the parable of Lazarus, which we are trying to explain to some Christian queens last night. Right, that's a parable of Israel being Lazarus and the rich man being the so-called Edomite, and it's plain as day who is the poor and who is the rich.
That's right.
Right, we are the poor and the so-called Edomite, the Edomites, the so-called white man is rich. Right, so the scripture says that he that destroy touching the apple of his eye. Right, that's not only the so-called white man. Because if you go back into Ezekiel 36, right, after the so-called white man took us down, the enemy, right, which is our twin brother Esau, then the other nations get our sword, right? So the Most High indignation is against these other nations. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4 and 5. And I heard a voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. These plagues are Assyrian nuclear missiles, and when Yahushua come back on that mountain, right, to burn up the whole place. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. So the Most High ain't sleeping. Psalms 119 says, Hey, that time for thee to awake, O Yahweh, right? Because of the enemies. Right? It's empty. Revelation 18.
Revelation 17 and 17.
17, okay. Right? Revelation 17 to 17. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
To fulfill his will. That the will of the Most High. The scripture say, for the elect sake, the Most High will speed up time. Understand? For the elect sake also, you will not the Most High speed up. You this far.
Because when you already check it, by the time you blink, it's this morning. Even coming quick.
I mean, I like when they sleep.
I find but as like sometimes you feel like when you close guy and open it like you didn't sleep at all. Like, come like just close it and open it back.
Just yesterday was last Friday. Today Friday. Yeah.
Is Jeremiah chapter 51, starting at verse 6. It says, Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
A recompense.
Basically, a recompense is something we owe in she. Something we should put up there and go in she that you'll get it back.
Eye for eye.
Verse 7, it says, Babylon had a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all Salah. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, and that made all the earth drinking. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right?
When you really watch it, the other nations who legalizing the gays and giving them faggots and them homosexuals and them gay rights, you understand? And this let's call it
LGBT something else.
HIV, let's call it. this bullshit, you know. The Lord will destroy, because what the scripture said, they have no soundness in their head. You
Man,
understand? You fall in the so-called white. The so-called white man, you know how to be clean. You understand? You want to legalize gays. You understand? But what the scripture says, he deceive all the nations.
John, the drink of that wine, that iniquity, that fornication. You know?
Doctrines, madness.
You find it all right for your son to go on a long vacation. You send your son to do some college degree somewhere in some foreign country. And when he come back as a woman and he husband is some man who was some chauvinist.
Okay.
And they know the fuck going on there. And that is the thing they wanted to basically endorse, you know, to lift up these things.
On a pedestal.
Yeah. And that's the definition. Although we know that is, you know, bringing it on and the definition of recompense, right? It says here 14th century to redress so that from Middle French recompensa and directly from medieval Latin recompense to reward. Remunate, right? It says Latin again, recompense, balance out, literally weigh together, right? Right? It says means again, compense figuratively, to hand, cause to hand, weigh, pay, to draw, right? Basically, to pay back, right? And I really most times you can pay them back. Pay back time.
This is Isaiah 47 verse 5. It says, sit thou silent and get thee in darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Right, which Chaldeans go back to the Babylonians. For thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms, which is America. That is why you see America running into all kind of riffraff with different nations right about now. China, Russia being the biggest fear, right? Iran, Syria, right? And different nations according to the Bible, they're going to have African countries. Hey, later on the UN and turn them back on America, right? Verse 6, I was wroth with my people, which are the children of Israel, right? I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy upon the ancients, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. That is it. But I would Donald Trump just be saying what he's saying, that we shall make America a great again. You'll be a lady forever. Right? You always needing your bread. You always have your bread. But most time you don't take that bread out of your mouth, Donald Trump. Right? And all you blasted, you bleed. And you see, you Rothschild family, the most time you have a shame your shagging and deal with all the general, can't wait for that label to see that recompense.
Yeah,
You reward all the when and get boy, you Rockefellers, Rothschild and all you bank your family. Can't wait for the most time, hey, you have a shame your shag, a shame Haraka, Rataza, if he's a part of that, hopefully, like, to squeeze the living daylight
That's
out
right.
of the throat, man. Call it wicked.
Can.
Alright?
These local governments also,
Can.
you know,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Wrong here, easy to us. It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst lay these things to thy heart, thee didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. That is America, because all ain't been touched by war, all they touch everybody else with war. Going back into the book of Nahum chapter 1, right? Nahum chapter 1 or verse 2, somewhere there where it says, who had not thy wickedness touched? All the wickedness touched everybody, all their philosophies, all their doctrines, all their guns, all their ammunitions. Look, just the other day, the school bombing, the school bus bombing, right, in Yemen, which Saudi Arabia launched is American warhead. Alright? Alright, just finish this one. It says, that says in thy heart, I am. Right? This is America. And none else besides me. Right? America is great. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, a motherfucking an hour. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Right? Hey, we know that part of the wickedness, or they could go to the China South, see what they want, and nobody can come to all the shows, but China show you they're not a fuck. You understand? It says, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside thee. Right? So that is the pride of the heart. Right? So
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting at verse 2. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as a woman as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right, so we're only not going to escape that recompense on the new side. Right? Only not going to escape the Yahweh Shem Yahshua going to be that recompense. Right? Only take that only going to dwell forever on the new side. Right? Only not going to escape that judgment. Only not, no matter how much only build anti-nuclear self-defense systems, the scripture said none of these will miss the mark. Alright, so America prepared to be destroyed, prepared to sit in the dust. That eagle will not be, the whole body will not be set on fire. Alright?
Cook the eagle, roast.
What?
Happy, so right?
Take it, we can't eat it.
Right? This is Joel 3 and 1. I think from 1. It says, for behold, in those days, and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Jehoshaphat goes back to the Hebrew Yahweh, which goes back to the Most High judgment. Right? The place of judgment is under the sun. Alright? So it's down here, these people are going to be judged. Prepare for your judgment. Alright, go ahead.
It says, and will plead with them there for my people.
And how the Most High will plead with all them. Right? It's Isaiah 66 and verse 15. Right? It says Isaiah 66 verse about 15, 16. Just one. We find out what shall be beside thee. Or I read see in 65. 66 16 so that. Right? Isaiah 66 verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. Right? So that's how the Most High when I come to plead with you people in the Lord in the valley of Yahweh Shepherd. Right? Go ahead.
Right? It says, Yahweh Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So who else fed that clothes, but who else fed that hat? Not the Negroes, Latinos, and the so-called white man who fed that hat. So the Most High coming to judge for our cause.
Yeah, the day prophecy, listen, doesn't happen yet. It's not about to happen. Most High is telling you we are about to do for scattering his people.
Hey, and he said Israel. He said Israel, and that just to show with the Christians was telling us yesterday, they used to call themselves Christians. The apostles would have never called themselves Christians. They were Israelites. Where this Christian thing coming from, that would be something far-fetched or new to them. Alright? So the scripture says he coming to plead for Israel, not Christians. You never see he say Christians there, or people converted to Christos. Right? That's just translation. Right? And Christos goes back to several percent how you take it. Even if there's anointed, the scripture say, many shall come saying that I the anointed, but we only know what Messiah, Yahushua. Alright?
One of the, and remember in the ancient days, we would say, they rather eat pork than to speak Greek.
I was thinking about that this morning after meditating the conversation and we had last time.
Right.
Peter probably didn't want to speak no blast. Peter told the apostle Peter was speaking Hebrew.
Verse 3 says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Right, that goes back to the Africans, Tyrian Zidon. Right, we are not Africans, not because a horse, a sheep, a goat, or even a cockroach, black don't mean the same species. They are different characteristics. The characteristic to back to your spirit. The spirit is life. We have a different life force or life form from the other nations. Alright? I think I'll play on.
It says, ye, and what have ye to do with me, the Tyrian Zidon?
Right, Tyrian Zidon are saying the Africans, right? It goes back to the children of Canaan, right? They are tribe in Canaan. Canaan had different sons, came from like the Hittites, the Jebusites, some of them kept the name Canaanites, Tyrian Zidon, they are all Canaanites, right? Gibeonites, right? Go ahead.
And all the coast of Palestine will ye render me a recompense?
Right, which I also have to go ahead.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your head.
Yeah, because right now they just are going through real bullshit there in Africa. You understand? Tyrian Zidon, right?
Maybe the Chinese and them gave them loans that they can't pay off and taking the lands from them. You know?
It says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried them into your temple, my goodly pleasant thing. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from the borders. Behold, I will raise them.
Right, sir. Now, the reason why, because, they sold them unto the Grecians, which are the so-called white man, so they could remove them far from the border. Because why? After Adam sinned, the Most High took him out of the land of Israel, which is the fertile crescent of the Garden of Eden. And then all it ended up there. And that land was re-promised unto us. Alright? So that was always our border, but all they wanted back that land because all they inherited that land for a period. Or they're just warming the seat for us until we come back to establish righteousness on that land. That land never really actually belonged to the people. Right? It was promised unto our forefather Abraham. Right? So you sell us to the Grecians to remove us far from them thinking all they'll get back the land. I think it's going back into the book of Babylon to Timbuktu. All they was doing us the same thing until Alexander the Great saying give us back the land that Joshua the son of Nun, right, took from us. Alright? Fucking there's no all the land was beyond this. The whole earth was created for Israel. Say going back into 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 8 and 9 going down there. Right? This is in belong to you.
Just get a blight to walk around and like just for a specific time. Because your ass gonna be totally off the earth.
And that scripture was saying the Most High love all the creation. So that is to show so the Most High consider all it because he gave all their time to rule. He gave all their time, they all the kingdom.
Yeah.
So they gave all the time to play. Right? But when that time reached for we, China Israel, to really take over, I said it. Play time done.
Because the scripture did say there shall no more the Canaanites. Don't feel all the Edom behind it. You Canaanites get it. The scripture said no more you Canaanites shall be named in just no, let me see if I can get it. Just bear with me really quick.
Because his son got a blessing. He begged for a blessing.
You know what? With all the knowledge that you think he have, he clean forget what his father Isaac told him. Isaac told him, hey, your brother get a blessing and he will indeed be blessed. Right? It's not two ways about it. You going to be servant. You will not be a servant unto your brother Jacob. So like that, I know that went through one and come out to the next.
No, but you know, that's not about that.
Yeah, so this one to prepare yourself for slavery. Because hey, I said they know they're going to slavery, they know they're going to captivity. But I'm trying to fulfill the time, right, by doing everything they had desire. To the will of the Most High. You understand? So that they just turning everything upside down, you know? Being anti-iron. You know, if they're trying to be like the Most High, but they say, hey, Most High is this. Yeah. You don't like this, hey, you go be like this.
You can't.
You know? You don't want to do this, hey, you go do this. You don't have tiger, you go make like that. You know?
You understand? Lie.
Yeah, like that.
Basically anti-God-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the most style, for woman and man, we will make woman and woman, we will make man and man. We will be like, you know?
God. Nasty bitch.
So, a so-called white man is just anti, just disgusting.
I need to be removed.
I need to be
June.
like one of the reasons why the most style angry. The most style is pissed off.
Alright, fine. In Malachi chapter, no, Zechariah 14, verse 21. Yea, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness unto Yahweh of hosts. Right? Yahweh Shai of hosts, and all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them and see therein. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanite in the house of Yahweh of hosts. Right? So all you know when I'm dwelling with the children of Israel, all the African dirty stinking black nasty ass, no when I'm dwelling with us. We and all the same people are nasty. All they stink.
Isaiah put it separate, give each and gifts and send them from Jacob. Or Abraham, right? So like Abraham, I give you as a chain gifts, and it's just supposed to be separated as separate people.
A piece of land. Right?
Yeah,
It's in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of my people, that ye be not partakers of our sins, and that he receive not of our plagues.
Yeah, because right. The second, this is wisdom of Solomon. This is the reason why Moses said that. Alright. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 11. I start at verse 10. It says, He pleased power and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding. Right? Because wickedness could alter your understanding. Right? Or deceit beguile his soul, for the bewitching of naughtiness that obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence that undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time, for his soul pleased the Most High, Yahweh Shai. Therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. Right? So that is why the hopefully like when I hear that voice, Ka'an, come up here. You understand? Don't be partakers of them unless they corrupt all. Right? Most High will do a cleansing. Because trust me, if you're dealing in certain local cases and you're there too long, as much as you trying to avoid being dirty, you're there too long, you will get dirty.
Yeah, like the like certain chemical or diseases, you know. If it is your hairline crack in your suit, you might be prone to the disease. You might be affected. So you have to be you have to be very careful living in this Babylonian system here. Because left, right, and center, they're coming at you all trying to get you to walk a different path from walking the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
As Brother Marcus said, desensitizing and it's true because it's I know it's a lot of people out here, right, that probably didn't like homosexuals at all, right? Hey, or by me they didn't like homosexuals at all, but due to the fact that they play on the emotions of Jacob, there's human too. I mean, so you telling me if you have a son or a heart problem and the homosexual is the doctor is a homosexual and he's the best heart surgeon thing and he have what you call, you telling me you will have strong number, so what you think, what are you trying to them and there is something else?
Man, the most time, hey, you feel like righteous man, the most time go and send that fucking doctor your way. You know? Leave it up.
And not just only an emotion, but you know they're trying to put certain things in food. They spray in the air with these chemtrails and things, trying to effeminate men. And we see men getting effeminate every day. You know? Men afraid to talk to the woman. You know? So this man doing a fantastic job.
It's probably one of the fantastic well, really actually he is, you know, because he's one of the 4 horsemen in the book of Revelation. Matter of fact, 2 are war and death and hell. God, that bitch. Super, man. That's, you know, hope it was edifying. You know, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem and Hashem Kadash. That we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of radio, so that shall do well. Salvation to the appeal that push this with sincerity and truth. Hey, 2018 is the year prophecy, the Messiah will this year.
That's right.
Shalom, things for the elect.
As we behind the
My God.
Shalom.